The age of ugly is over, and I hope so. Wait, I can't say that word. KoAlan, cut that word out! Or censor it. Whatever! It's finally over, chat! You are no longer ugly. You are now all beautiful.
I have hair.
What is that thing? Can I just leave? Can we just... Oh my god.
In my armpit.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and
I can tell.
very sexy.
Agree to disagree.
So, your child has come out.
I've had the revelation that I identify as non-binary.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, the last two... So.
Child has come out to you.
I've had the revelation
But she's not ugly. She's not ugly.
that I
Wait, is it Demi? Is it Demi Lovato? Is it? Oh my god, it could be her. What? Why does she have that haircut?
identify as non-binary.
I am still not certain what to make of this.
Bro, I remember watching Demi Lovato growing up, man. Like, you know, Camp Rock? Bro, Camp Rock was actually pretty cool, I think. At least the first movie. I don't remember the second one.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. So before we do this, before we do the meat and potatoes, two very important things. Number one, new tea is here. It's finally in stock. So I have been packing and shipping your orders. Once again, on a serious note, thank you guys so much for being patient. I know that these pre-sale times are very long.
Did any one of you ever try her? What is it called? Try her tea? Got a free membership on YouTube, so I thought I would support you here. Oh my god, that is so sweet. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Jeez. Oh, and since she is, chilling, I will be chilling. I currently have a plushie petition going on. We met our goal of 100. We have stretch goals, which are 200, which we have met. Everyone who is pledging, not later, not buying later, now. Everyone who is pledging gets a free sticker, guaranteed. And if we reach 300 pledges, everyone gets this free keychain. So go pledge, let's get to 300. We got 216 backers. Multiple people have bought a handful of plushies. Thank you. Yeah, it's fully funded. We are getting our plushie. We are getting it. But if you also want a free keychain, go pledge now. If you're unsure, if you want it or not, hey, maybe this convinces you. Also, the skin color is gonna get fixed, since she's pretty sunburnt here, compared to my actual model skin color. That's all still getting fixed, don't worry. Either way, back to this.
But I am so excited for you to try the new tea. I think you'll really like it, and if you don't, I'll force you. But number two, and more importantly, your girl, your Hell Gondola steerer, director, stick wielder, your girl is going on tour in October. So in a couple months there will be 9 shows, which means that we can all meet and gather together on our Hell Gondola, and you're gonna love it. And you might be wondering, Sydney, what precisely are you gonna do that's gonna entertain us? And that, Simon, is a great question. I have been thinking about this for a number of months and have some of my own fun ideas, but honestly, I actually really would like input from all of you, because you guys also have good ideas. So tell me, what do you want to see? Maybe a little bit of this.
You go, white girl.
Or a little bit of this. But you weird internet people know what ain't manly? When my testicles get squished and touch my legs. Who knows? But what I do know is that you should all 100% go into my description box, buy some tickets, and come see me. And I'll see you, and it will be wonderful, because on an actual serious note, I do love running into you guys in everyday life, so I think this will be that, but times 1,000. And that sounds like a lot of fun. And I promise from the bottom of my little heart, I will not bore you. I promise you that. Anyway.
With those breakdancing moves? No, that won't be boring.
Tickets in the description box. Get around it. I am very much looking forward to meeting all of you guys, and you guys meeting each other, because although this is not a cult, It could be. Okay, back to the video. So the other day I was perusing the internet, as I do. It's a problem, really. And I came...
I'm permanently online. I really need to stop. I need to start learning to walk away from internet conversations that are just trying to steer shit. Oh boy.
Across a tweet that perfectly encapsulated a thought that I have also been having recently. In response to a new picture of Demi Lovato looking very feminine and beautiful, the author wrote, said this on Instagram not too long ago, but there was this weird trend where people, mainly celebrities, were uglying, that's very hard to say, uglying themselves, embracing gender dysphoria, and just overall promoting mental illness / an unhealthy lifestyle. It was roughly between the years 2016 to 2023. Something shifted at the end of 2023, and it suddenly became cool to be normal and hot again.
What happened at the end of 2023? Chad, when was the time period we shall not talk on YouTube about? That time period where we all stayed inside, when did that end? The elections? No, that wasn't 2024. That wasn't 2023. No, you guys are wrong. That was 2024. 1945? No! I don't know, I felt like 2023 we still had signs of staying inside. Periods. Like, it was calming down, but we still had it. I don't know.
Demi Lovato is the poster child of this phenomenon. She is indeed. Can't even remember to use her own they-them pronouns. Ironic.
I still mess up sometimes and, you know.
Bro, that's because for you it was a trend. Bro, if you mess up yourself, your own quote-unquote pronouns, it's because you're not actually non-binary.
You know, say, oh, I can't wait to be an aunt one day. And I'm like, wait.
But the reason seeing this post was so funny to me is because ages ago I had actually partially written a video asking why absolutely everything and everyone was so ugly. Modernity, Sydney. It's because of modernity. This was apparently the same idea that a lot of other YouTubers and journalists had as well, spanning multiple social and cultural ideas, with some commenting on...
Let me tell you why everything is so ugly. Because people... just mainly ugly women, ugly fat women to be exact, started inserting themselves into fandoms and where they don't belonged, pushing other people out, trying to force DEI, but the only people that ever benefit from DEI is actually fat, ugly women. That's why they were everywhere. That's why everything got ugly. And I'm so glad people are now pushing back against this again.
How art and entertainment are both soulless and bland, how modern fashion is hideous, and the general unattractiveness associated with wokeism.
Why is everything so ugly? Why is everywhere we go all...
What did you...
Why is everything so...
Bro, she's ugly. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Objectively, in my opinion!
General unattractiveness associated with wokeism.
Why?
Like, what is that? Bro, that haircut isn't doing her any favors. I'm sorry. The fuck is that hair? That's what I mean. Damn, Kitsy, I'm sorry, my mean girl behavior came out there. That's the new Snow White. She looks like her. Like, objectively, in my opinion, yes. It's the hair. It could be the hair. I don't know. Catching another slap on the wrist for bullying. Yeah.
Is everything so ugly?
This is what I want to talk about.
What did the shopping cart do? It's not ugly. Pensive
Right?
face
Leave the
emoji.
shopping cart alone. Other way, why is this picture here? I hate this, by the way. Those people that think they are fighting for, like, against global warming and shit, ruining pictures. What the fuck is that even about, man? I hate that.
Why is everywhere we go, all of our stores are
Generally, the pushback is visible in gaming. If I wanted to witness ugly people, I'd look into the mirror. Let me look at 10/10s in games in peace.
True, you're so right, Ballin. You are absolutely right, man. Bro, what does the shopping carts do? Bro, this is just a line. What? What? This is why.
Their advertisement site.
Is that Empreg? Is that guy Empreg? Oh. 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 Oh.
Everything that we interact with
That isn't even ugly. That's fine.
as people and the outside
Wait, what? Did
of our stores,
Did that
our
just have
advertisements, like
pronouns?
everything that we
Why the fuck does the cereal box have pronouns? The cereal box has pronouns.
What?
This is on Kellogg's.
What does it have?
He, him, she, her, they, them, at your own. Disappointment.
Okay.
What
I
the
don't know what to say.
What the fuck?
Anything that I can say will get me in trouble.
Bro, this... No, because this should not be there for children. Oh my god.
interact with as people in the outside world, our TV, our music, why is it all so ugly?
Because, as we've all learned over the last number of years, there is a reason why the blue-haired feminist stereotype persists. And we can all identify who is a they-them based on appearance alone.
I don't like lying to the world about like who I am.
Bro, I'm okay with piercings. I mean, if people want to have piercings, right? But what the hell is this? Jesus. This is too much. This is way too much. What the hell?
am.
And the temper tantrums and screaming.
Like that.
Not too long ago, I even remember watching the Irish entrant for the Euro.
You know what my parents would call this? My, I guess, conservative parents would call this. They would call these devil worshippers. What is this? Like, right, to each their own, but goddamn, that's too much. What is this? Like, oh my god.
Irish entrant for the Eurovision Song Contest and thinking,
That's you.
how did we
Oh my
end up
god!
here, where this type of thing has become culturally normalized and people are clapping?
Do you know what makes me special?
What?
I'm a queer.
If that's the only thing that makes you special, I have bad news for you.
And I'm a
You are not queer. You are a straight person trying to be interesting. Anyway, the last decade or so.
I don't know, maybe she is gay. You can't just say you're a straight person who's trying to be interesting. Like, let's be honest, she could definitely be queer in whatever shape or form, but that's not making you special. Just being queer doesn't make you any special. What's interesting about being gay? That's what I mean. Like, it should just be normal that people are gay, that gay people exist. It's not that big of a deal. Jesus.
Has honestly been all about representation and diversity and body positivity and recently gender fluidity, giving us, I would argue, one of the ugliest periods in history.
They should have never closed down mental asylums.
They really shouldn't. They really should have not. Just wanted to say, please leave game devs alone. I'm a programmer myself and don't know shit about art, but game arts sucking makes it easier for me to compete with my own project. Okay, bro.
With all of this ideological ugliness injected into absolutely everything, from politics to entertainment to media to social media. But that seemingly has come to an end recently. Because finally, for the first time in a long time, being hot and normal is back in style. Thank fuck. So I want to talk about that because I find all these type of things very interesting, and also I get to remind you all about a lot of weird crap that you've probably forgotten. I'll also caveat here among my normal disclaimers, like this video is by no means exhaustive, that obviously attractiveness and ugliness are subjective things. There's also nothing wrong with promoting
Sure, but there's also conventionally attractiveness, right? Where people can say, even if you're not attracted to that, that person is attractive. Like, yes, beauty is subjective, but, you know, there's like an average.
Acceptance and actual body positivity around things that you can't change. No, that does not include being shaped like the Kool-Aid man. Sorry about that. I'm also only concentrating on one specific area of this conversation, but yes, I too would like McDonald's to look like it did in the 90s.
Bro, I must say it. Most of the McDonald's mascots are creepy. There's an actual mathematical formula to beauty. Is there? Really? I mean, I don't know. Either way, yeah, most of them are creepy. I don't know. Like, the bird lady is fine. I think I forgot the name. The purple blob is fine.
So come on board, kids.
The golden
Get
spiral.
aboard, ye
Golden
the
ratio.
hell gondola, and let's do the thing, because I am ready to re-traumatize you all.
Grimace.
But before we once again cuddle up together, let's hear from today's sponsor, Chubbies. As all of you know, I like to make really silly ads for brands.
How dare she advertise 2 products and 1 thing? What else can I advertise? Code Kitsunero for 10% off gamer subs. If she advertises twice, so will I.
Sorry, Murphy's down here. But for this one, the message is a little bit more serious, so I want to be a little bit more serious. I told all of you recently about how I have been suffering for a number of years from obsessive compulsive disorder brought on by anxiety, which thankfully has gotten better over the last number of years. Which is incredibly isolating when you're going through it, and unfortunately more and more people are suffering from anxiety and depression. So given that this issue is very, very close to my heart, when Chubbies reached out and said that they wanted to sponsor a video, I was extremely excited. These adorable little plushies are more than just a stuffed toy. They are part of a movement towards comfort, connection.
Chubby, I'm a good egg, just a little cracked and scrambled. Aww, what did the hot one say? Chubby heart, let your heart remind you it's okay to pause. Oh, that's adorable.
Towards comfort, connection, and healing. And yes, they are super cute and soft on their own, let me tell you, but when you buy a Chubby, you gain access to a whole community full of therapeutic resources, stress management tools, and importantly, people who understand what you are going through. I love this concept. I love this idea. These are so freaking cute. And honestly, in an age where technology is isolating us further from one another, where we spend so much more time in our homes not connecting with one another, where a lot of people suffer in silence, I love that somebody is trying to build a community that is going to help people and provide resources towards making them feel better within themselves. My dogs have also been going crazy.
Sure, I think that's a cute thing.
Crazy ever since I got these in the mail, and anything that has Murphy's seal of approval is amazing in my books. So if you too want a cute little friend to hug and also the support of a community, then click the link in the description or go to chubbies.com and don't forget to use code Sydney10 for 10% off your order.
Wow!
From the mid-2010s, maybe earlier, until very recently, there
Can we go back to the dog? God
was
damn
a
it.
huge cultural change in the West when it came to attractiveness. There were a multitude of reasons for this, but some included a kind of knee-jerk reaction to the aesthetics of the 2000s, the rise of the body positivity movement, the emphasis on living one's truth.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Body positivity was only for fat chicks. Because when people actually with burn marks, birthmarks and whatever, that had actual disfigurement came out, they were being shunned and bullied. Body positivity is only for fat chicks and no one else.
And breaking gender stereotypes, and the feminist attempt to defy what men find attractive. And as a result, we got a wave of what I think has been the intentional uglification of seemingly everything and everyone.
I see a lot of discourse on TikTok about the male repellent outfit.
She's so pretty. Bro, she's actually so pretty.
And usually it's just like a cute little red cardigan and like maybe some ballet flats. But when I tell you, I'm gonna do you one more. This is the ultimate male repellent formula.
Why? Yo, I know we have 99% males in the chat right now. Chat, do you think she's hot? Do you think she's attractive? Would this repel you? Like, not repelled at all? Yeah. Like, what? Intimidation? I guess she's smoking. She's pretty. What do you mean, male repellent? I don't know. That outfit is cool, yeah. She's cute so far, but let's see how her personality rolls out. Well, she's talking about the outfit.
Like I mentioned, I think that this uglification is very strongly tied to the stranglehold that progressive woke ideals had on basically everything, and the aesthetics in turn showed up to match. Showed up to burn my retinas, actually. Celebrities all over the place were—
Oh boy, her. I must say it, right? I think, what was her name? Something, Bella Ramsey? I believe that was her name. I think her acting was good. In season 1 anyway. I did not watch season 2. I'm staying away from season 2. Like, fuck that. I think her acting was good. They definitely could have cast Ellie better. They definitely could have cast Ellie better, like in looks. But her acting was good. Was she clothed like a villain bond? I believe she's non-binary, maybe? That's why? I don't know.
Starting to hop on the transgender, non-binary, gender-fluid bandwagon, going from being quite regular-looking or attractive to ghastly overnight. People like singer Sam Smith, who came out as non-binary in 2019.
That's Sam Smith. Well, dumb.
And Demi Lovato, who came out in 2021, changed their appearances to match this development. Smith started
I'm telling you, like with celebrities, most of the time it was just a freaking trend.
Appearing on stage wearing outrageous outfits, and that's honestly putting it pretty
Bro, what the
During
hell?
various performances, the singer wore a red latex suit with devil horns, simulated sex acts on dancers on stage, and danced around in fishnets and a corset. At the 2023 Brit Awards, Smith wore an inflatable black Harry jumpsuit with platform heels.
What the fuck? Bro, what? You know what he looks like? When you know, for example, when you put, when you try to put, freaking, what's the name? When you put, like, some cover on your car, like the fucking, not a latex cover, but, like, some cover on the car, and then it just fills with air. Like, that shit. I can't talk. I can't English. A wrap? Yeah, I guess. If there's, like, air under the wrap.
What am I looking at here? Head shape.
You wouldn't get it.
Strange outfits and makeup, doing whatever could be done to appear as non-conventional as possible. And these are just a few examples of the physical changes. I'm not sure I'm brave enough to show you any others. This one is just very upsetting.
I wouldn't even find this on a woman hot. Like, I would not find this hot even on a woman. It's just ugly. It's just an ugly outfit.
All on its own. Sometimes I genuinely feel like stylists actually hate the people that they're styling.
Or Swedish?
Because why would you do this? Anyway, Demi Lovato followed much the same path. In 2021, after her non-binary announcement, Lovato shaved her head, saying that the act was liberating and helped her shrug off gender and sexuality norms.
I want to say it again. Because I've said this before, but it can't be said enough, right? People think that there's a gender norm are in the wrong. It's society that drilled this into your head. Because, oops, what is this? Oopsie. Remember when it used to be acceptable to just be a tomboy? But nowadays, when a woman is a tomboy, people are trying to groom her into that she's trans. Remember that? It's society that's wrong. It's not the gender norms. It's that people say that pink is only for women and blue is only for men. And if you like Barbies, you're a woman. And if you like cars, you're a man. Society is wrong. There's no societal gender norm. Society is just wrong by telling you what you are in that way.
Soon, she opted for baggy, grungy clothes and got a giant spider tattoo on the side of her head, as you do. Around the same time, she also freaked out about a frozen yogurt shop after being triggered by their selection of sugar-free options due to her previously having an eating disorder. But somewhere between then and now, both musicians moved very far away from this kind of appearance. Thank God. Lovato publicly ditched the non-binary thing, telling outlets back in 2022 that it was a lot of effort correcting people who use the wrong pronouns.
What did I tell you? It was just a trend. Because... because... you know... You have seen trans people constantly correcting people.
Tomboy erasure is a crime against humanity.
True. But you guys have seen like trans people constantly correcting other people about their pronouns. They don't shut up about this. So there you go, just a trend.
Soon she got married and now she's making cute cooking videos. In fairness to Demi Lovato, she was a Disney kid, which I feel like answers a lot of questions in and of itself.
Sure.
And
she
has had a lot of struggles with addiction and with mental health and whatnot. So I think that her becoming what she is now and sort of returning to this feminized, feminine version of herself probably has more to do with tackling those existing issues rather than, I don't know, jumping off of the weird gender identity bandwagon. As far as Sam Smith goes, I don't know. But I do know that very recently...
Bro, I used to like his music. I guess it's time to just keep separating the art from the artist.
Actually, in the last couple of days, he posted 2 very nice looking pictures on Instagram and has
it looks pretty manly
essentially
again.
Scrubbed his weird era from the platform entirely. So do with that what you will. This same transformation went for people like Miley Cyrus, Billie Eilish, and even Lizzo. All women who promoted specific, fairly visually unappealing aesthetics, only to later turn around and more or less embrace.
Bro, Miley is so pretty. Miley Cyrus is such a pretty woman. Like, I don't know. So pretty, amazing voice. Yeah, I'm glad she kind of found her footing.
Normalcy. And I think this was guided by gender identity and this social concept of living one's truth and being one's authentic self.
Lizzo lost tons of weight and almost hot. No, yeah, I heard
Basically, every single one of these people, with the exception of Lizzo, but we'll come back to her later, has claimed to be gender fluid or non-binary or some part of the LGBT community. And we see exactly this reflected in women, predominantly, over on TikTok. I am very sorry for what I'm about to show you. No, I'm not. I am lying. It is not a joke that you can look at someone and their particular aesthetic and be more or less able to identify their political leanings and beliefs.
I wonder which political leaning this person has. Eevees! Oh my god, look at all the Eevees! Oh my god, Eevee. Oh my god, Ho-Oh. So many Pokemon. Sylveon! Jolteon, Flareon. Eevee! Oh my god, it's a sleeping Eevee plush. I have that one. It's so adorable.
Because I'm sexy. I'm shabby, man.
Why aren't you on a diet?
Because I like to eat. Is that...
You can eat and work out. How about that one? You can eat and work out. If you work out, you can still eat.
Is it a crime?
Is that a man? No, that's a voiceover. It's a lip sync. No, I believe that's a woman. Like, on TikTok, it is very common to do lip syncs where you just pretend you're saying the thing. It's a whole TikTok thing.
Gender identity aesthetics are based around signaling one's rejection of the male and female binary.
Holy. Is that, like, glow-in-the-dark hair?
Those have always been the only 2 options, guys. I'm sorry. TikTok's anti-fashion trends have
Bro, scene girl. Gender fluid people be bro, nah, this is straight up from my what MySpace? Bruh. Bro, what do you mean gender fluid? This is just your average scene girl? Early 2000s looking ass? Yeah, literally. This is a scene girl? Yeah. To be fair to Miley, that look was during an age where she was desperately trying to be shocking and stuff, then trying to do something with her identity. She managed to redeem herself from 2018 to now. Her newest album is one of her best in her career. Oh yeah, agreed.
Genuinely been an attempt to appear as unattractive as possible.
That person isn't unattractive.
And outside of the gender...
Bro, that's not unattractive. That's just a tomboy with makeup. What?
thing, they chalk this up to breaking beauty conventions. This is why we ended up with movements like Genu hair.
Bro, yeah! Get off my screen!
To grow out their body hair, and women proudly participated in this.
Ew! Bro, it is. I hate this. I hate this so much. Bro,
I'm
get
all
this
natural.
So
So I have this thing. Call it a little quirk, if you will. I have hair in my armpits. I have it there for a few reasons. 1, lazy. 2, fuck the patriarchy. And 3, your response to them tells me everything I need to know about you.
Ma'am.
Okay. Whoa, whoa. Oh, my spoon. Oh my god. Brother! No, you're just ugly. Also, I hate this entire standard that it's the patriarchy. That's why you don't want to shave. What? No. Like, removing hair reduces body odor. Exactly. It's just about personal hygiene. Like, oh my god. Bro. No. It's not about the patriarchy. It's not about the society. It's about hygiene. And if you look like this, I don't think you're very clean.
I think you've been shaving the wrong part of your body. This is also why we ended up with such a huge fat acceptance community on the app.
Trigger warning!
What initially started as body positivity, an idea that encouraged people to love themselves despite their flaws or whatever, morphed into...
Bro, it is so important to love yourself despite your flaws. But it's also important to not die at 30 because of a little bit, because of too much body fat. Because your flaws are not about being fat. Your flaws are in your personality, about the mistakes you do. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Fat people wanting representation absolutely everywhere, wanting to see...
A fat wheelchair user? Are you in the wheelchair because you're fat?
Morphed into fat people wanting...
I don't want to assume, but this is the first time I'm seeing a fat person in a wheelchair. Usually if I see fat people, not fat people, usually when I see people in a wheelchair, it's because they're literally disabled. They're missing a leg, or can't walk, or are paralyzed. Bro, what the fuck?
Representation absolutely everywhere, wanting to see themselves and be accommodated absolutely everywhere. This...
Remember when fat people were talking about that there needs to be bigger plane seats because otherwise they can't travel? Oh my god, I even covered that, like, I don't know, like a year ago. Where this woman got so angry because the flight attendant didn't want to push her in a wheelchair. Jesus.
Eventually turned into the outright normalization of obesity.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy.
Bro, we need to bring back bullying fat people. For their own good, anyway. For their own good. Like, I'd rather be called a fat piece of shit when I'm fat, instead of people telling me, no, you're beautiful as you are and die at 30, you know? Doctors never stop, bro. There's actually doctors, there are doctors that are pushing this entire fat acceptance to. Like, Jesus Christ.
And I am 100% glorifying.
Not bullying, just being honest. Yeah, fat shaming. How about that? Not outright bullying, but fat shaming.
And very sexy.
No, you're not.
And I am 100% glorifying obesity. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I think you will not get past the age of 40, so you're taking yourself out, so, you know. Not really anything we gotta do about it. You're doing it yourself.
Sorry, was I too confident in my own body that I overcame so many struggles to learn how to love? Oh, she's so full of herself now. Well, who the fuck am I supposed to be full of if it ain't me?
Yeah. You're full of something, alright.
I am both too young and too old to be seeing this. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand loving yourself, but maybe we could do that a little less loudly and on a treadmill. But as all of this gained in popularity, as more celebrities jumped on board, the corporate and entertainment spaces saw an opportunity to make a bunch of money. Suddenly, people...
Yeah, didn't we, like, learn recently, like, the same company that makes, like, fat acceptance ads, like Dove, also sells chocolate? Wasn't there something like that? Yeah.
Like Jonathan Van Ness and Alok Vaid Menon, a non-binary activist, were appearing in news and media absolutely everywhere. Back in 2023, Burberry published images for a Valentine's Day campaign showing a model with a most bizarre haircut, and that's honestly putting it pretty mildly, and another model with double mastectomy scars. For a high-end brand, this felt insanely out of place.
That was a high-end brand. What is that haircut? I don't know.
I know this isn't directly related, but brands who had absolutely nothing to do with and weren't remotely in the realm of transgenderism decided to jump on the bandwagon too. Like Bloody Bud Light, the redneck man beer.
Yeah, didn't they completely just lose everything after this? Like, didn't everyone just stop buying?
Their brand, partnering with Dylan Mulvaney. Who was this supposed to appeal to? I do think it's interesting that Bud Light has still not recovered from this. They trans too close to the sun. We had this overemphasis on plus-size inclusion in absolutely everything. And as many of you know, this went far beyond.
Did she just spray Dio all around her? I mean, with... No, I think what I wanted to say goes too far.
This went far beyond showing everyday normal bodies and fully branched into promoting morbid obesity. Lizzo was the poster child for this, making videos defending being fat, suggesting those critical of her size were anti-body positivity. Tess Holliday was consistently in the news, and in 2018 she appeared on the cover of Cosmopolitan magazine.
Bro, ain't nobody wanna see that apart from fat chicks and people that fetishize being fat. Like, I know there's people that do fetishize this. There are, absolutely. But apart from those two groups, ain't nobody wanna see that. And most of the time, normal fat people that actually do care about their health and do wanna lose weight, not even they wanna see that. Jesus fucking Christ.
Sparking an intense debate around the promotion of obesity. But she wasn't the only one, and Cosmo wasn't the only magazine. In the same year, Holiday appeared on the cover of the outlet Self. A few years later, in 2022, the same outlet published a series of images of a fat influencer called Jasmine, calling her the future of fitness. She also appeared on the cover of Cosmo.
This is healthy, no it's not. Well, to be fair, if you are promoting her losing weight, sure, that is healthy. Losing weight is healthy. Sure.
Sydney, not even close. It's pronounced Jessamine, I think. I don't know why you can't read. In 2020, Calvin Klein ran ads with fat trans model Yari Jones. Why are names so hard? Why am I this way? The year before, they ran a campaign.
Why? Bro, I'm so glad I don't go outside to see those bullshit advertisements, man. What the fuck is this?
With a model who is best described as obese. Never forget what they took from us.
Bro, people? Jesus, man, those two are attractive. Like, holy shit. Speaking of conventionally attractiveness. Either way, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah.
My issue with this specifically is that in an effort to jump on the body positivity bandwagon, what ended up happening was fat acceptance became more normalized and obesity became more normalized, and having deeply and inherently unhealthy habits became more normalized. And I guess what's interesting and what kind of fits into the overall vibe of this video is that many of the primary players during this time have either faded into nothingness or they've gone ahead and lost a ton of weight. Like Lizzo, who recently popped back up after having lost a tremendous amount of weight.
Good for her, man. Good on her.
Honestly, she looks really great, and I think this is actually quite a cool achievement for her. Same goes for other musicians like Meghan Trainor, who once wrote a song about not being skinny and borderline attacking thin people, only to become one of us, and now she looks like a snack. The point is, this period of time gave us some of the most bizarre and upsetting advertising that I have ever seen. All of these brands were trying to emulate the weird gender fluid aesthetics that were coming out of TikTok, and absolutely nobody can change my mind. This is what Gen Z does to us.
Unfortunately true. Not even all of Gen Z, just the youngest of Gen Z, really. Not even all of Gen Z.
Stop. All the while, this ugliness was unfolding in other places as well, like in architecture and art and film and television. Even in video games, characters were getting uglier and uglier.
Oh no! Why do you have to bring this one up?
In an effort to appeal to female gamers, oh my god, and desexualize.
I must say it. Aloy used to be really hot. Playing the second game, since there was like such a year difference in between the first and the second coming out, I didn't notice much of the difference. Like when people put it side to side, yeah, I see they made her a little bit more chubby on the cheeks, but she was still pretty. Aloy's not that bad, I agree. Aloy was really hot in the first one too.
Female characters, female protagonists were made fatter, less—
Bro. What was her name? Abby? Abby only existed? Oh my god, guys, have you seen that video? Do you guys know, like, Neil Druckmann? Bro. So Neil Druckmann had a co-writer, co-director, co-whatever, right? And Neil Druckmann suggested, like, multiple things, right? In previous games, for the first Last of Us game and shit, but his co-director said, no, that won't work, it will not be good. So, those things were swapping between the main characters, a revenge story, and the third one I forgot. Oh, killing of the main character. And all those three things, chat, all those three things. Guess what happened once the co-director left? He put all of those three things into the game. And guess what? The game is fucking garbage. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Less attractive and more bland. Gone were the sexy outfits and beautiful faces, replaced by whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, what
and
the
none
hell
of
is
this
that?
translated. Instead, many gamers felt frustrated because nobody asked.
Didn't they get rid of the co-director? Yeah, I think so. For some reason. I don't know why. I don't think she even got a reason. Like, I don't know. It's a very weird story.
None of this translated. Instead, many gamers felt frustrated because nobody asked for this. I mean, one of the biggest draws of playing video games is the escapism that comes with it.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I really
also fantasy.
Can't understand why that would end at attractiveness. I've also talked about this specific topic in another video in great detail, so I will link that in the description box if you're interested in actually hearing a full breakdown.
Yeah, Abby was a fetish for Druckmann. Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. Oops. That's where I was going. Oopsie. Yeah.
I've preached about that for years. Damn Neil.
Yeah, Neil ruined The Last of Us, man.
Down of this weird phenomenon. Anyway, the rise of gender ideology and the trans movement and the fat acceptance movement and body positivity and the desire to see representation everywhere basically came together and created the perfect storm of ugliness. But fast forward to, well, now, and something has changed drastically. Yes, there are still plenty of weirdos running around on social media and in marketing and advertising and whatnot, but I think largely, as the gender ideology and transgender movements have completely fallen off, so too have the aesthetics that have underpinned them. Same goes for obesity and fat acceptance. I don't know if you guys have noticed,
but the people that are screaming fat acceptance are dying. So, there isn't really that many people left to yell about it, unfortunately.
But there's very little of this in advertising at the moment. There's very little of it in the entertainment and media spaces as well. And I think with the rise of Ozempic and similar type drugs, you see a lot of people now who are able to achieve their weight loss goals with very little effort. And I think that that means that body positivity has fallen flat on its face.
Who could have thought once you have the option to actually be not obese, people choose to not be obese. Wow. Where did all those body acceptance people go? Where did the fat acceptance go? Ozempic is not it though? Yeah, I know.
Which to me is super interesting and probably warrants its own video because it's like, I think it goes to show this whole thing about, oh, love yourself really only applies until you have the ability to actually look how you want without having to put in a ton of effort. Anyway, from celebrities to runways to media and entertainment, everyone seems to have said enough with the ugly. Now, instead of the Chapel Roans of the world, the golden girls of the hour are attractive women like Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney. There has been this enormous shift away from the non-binary genderqueer aesthetic in the direction of normal again, with celebrities who once embraced all of this suddenly turning away from it. Runway shows,
I wonder why. It couldn't be because it was a trend.
Award shows are suddenly back to having people in normal clothes or beautiful gowns again. Ads and media are giving us attractive people again. Body positivity.
Because people lost money. They've lost money because people didn't want to support this bullshit. That's why. They don't fucking care about if they advertise fucking fat people or thin people. They just chase the money.
And fat acceptance is nowhere near as popular in advertising anymore. Movies like Barbie, for example.
Bro, the Barbie movie was so good though. I really liked it.
With its hyper-feminine aesthetic and lead actress Margot Robbie have popped up, appealing to millions.
Bro, Ken was so golden. Ken was actually so fucking good. I'm just a Ken.
Of women with the emphasis on being feminine again. Even TikTok has promoted things like the mob wife aesthetic. I've had a lot of trouble saying that. Wearing fur coats, bold lipstick, and Barbiecore, which is exactly what it sounds like. So you might be asking, why the change? Why is everything suddenly cute and hot and skinny and conventional again? The simple answer is that celebrities and brands were trying to convince the rest of us that they were promoting self-love and self-acceptance by leaning into and embracing qualities and traits that weren't conventionally attractive. But the sudden abandonment of these specific aesthetics really goes to show that at its core, the push for all of this was really just marketing. At the end of the day, celebrities, brands, companies, whatever, just saw an opportunity to make themselves more relatable and human, I guess, by hopping on the ugly train because their fans and viewers and whoever else were jumping on the ugly train. Really, I just blame TikTok at this point. Brands saw a new sales demographic and marketing avenue. And
it's not just TikTok, it's brands.
They ran with it until they realized that the average normal person absolutely hates all of this. And I think that's actually a bit of a trend that I'm noticing here overall with these sort of issues, that there's so many people who misunderstand that what's popular on the internet is not actually popular among regular
That depends on where on the internet you're looking though.
People. And that's why these initiatives and these movements and whatnot fail on a long enough timeline, because normal people get sick of it, they eventually switch off.
When did millennials start sounding like the boomers we hated? Oh boy, do I have some news for you. We are the new boomers. It's... Unfortunately, that's a part of growing up and aging. Of generationally aging, right? If you want to dress like a queer person, I don't care, but embracing obesity acceptance is way too far for me. I don't want my homie insurance payment to jump up every time a tenant above me walks in their apartment. Damn. Jeez.
Then brands notice that they can't make money from these sort of people anymore because, we're not interested. And then little by little, the entire movement, ideology, whatever it is, completely falls in a heap. So in the end, obviously there is a ton to talk about when it comes to the uglification of society and culture and what have you, but as a general rule, I really believe that people are entitled to dress however they really want to. And as much as I am partial to dress
as long as they don't push it on other people.
Alternatively and being a little bit edgy, I am very, very glad to see the end of this weird period of time and the uglification of fashion and makeup and what have you. And if I'm being honest, I'm going to cross my fingers and toes and pray and hope that whatever we have just lived through does not make a resurgence. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Chubby's using the link in the description. Like I said, this is a person who is part of our community, so go and show them some love, go and check out their cute little plushies, and obviously if it makes sense to you, definitely.
I know there's society to blame, but people need to know that corporate companies will pander to anyone they them to please just to get money from those types of people. Look at companies like Disney showing LGBTQ plus merch even though they support stuff and countries that think poorly of the demographic. It's soulless thinking.
Yeah, it absolutely is just marketing. Absolutely. I realized how old you are when I finally heard your voice, discovered your tweets. Bro, my voice is sick right now. I'm not that old. I am 30. So I've come to realize that I'm not that old.
Definitely join their community. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Are you on my side of this issue where you think that this last, I don't know, decade or so has been uniquely ugly and terrible? Do you think that it's actually a good thing that people have the ability to express themselves like this, and regardless of their reasons, they should be able to do so? Do you think that all of this is a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Should we prioritize conventionally attractive things, or should we highlight things on the other side of the aisle? What do you think of the fat acceptance movement, the body positivity movement, the transgender movement, and all of the aesthetics that come along with those things? Are they
already expressed it through the entire video, but body positivity is only for fat chicks. People can wear and do whatever they want to as long as they don't harm anyone else. Yeah, that's
good. Are they bad? Do you like them? Do you dislike them?
And as long as they don't shove it down someone else's throat.
Generally make of this issue overall. I'm sorry about my dog barking in the background.
Dogga.
As always, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you are not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Of course, and as always, I hope you little chicken people stay safe and well and make good choices, because those are important. And I will see your pretty little faces in the next video.
I'm a chicken. Oh my lord. Ah! Get off my screen! Ah! Scary! Ah!
Sorry about that.
Let's get her back on the screen. Ah, we are chicken nuggies. I guess we are chicken nuggies. Good video. I liked it. I like her videos generally. Go give it a like. Give it some watch time, since we've just taken away some watch time by me watching it. I guess, I don't know. Not maliciously. Transformatively. Main question after this reaction: waxing Axion's leg stream when? Right. Right, I don't know. Maybe he'll one day do it as a subathon goal. Ask him, not me. He's his own guy with his own body hair. Don't ask me, man. What do you want? Ah!